giving birth, I was fortunate to receive transcendental knowledge. And therefore, the word is used here, fearless. One who becomes like Prahlad Maharaj, one who develops that kind of full faith and full surrender, he becomes actually fearless. Everyone in the material world is fearful, full of fear because of the unknown. We don't know what will happen next. Especially we don't know what will happen when we leave this body, isn't it? And therefore, we have our great Vaishnava Acharyas who sing Bhaja Huri Mana Sri Nandanandana Abhaya Saranara Dindare. When we take shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord, when we fully, as in the example of Prahlad Maharaj, fully engage ourselves in devotional activities to the Lord, when we're fully surrendered, then we have no reason to fear. And we know, this is the example nicely being given here, we know that the Lord is present everywhere, all the time. And we simply have to make that connection, and therefore we can live anywhere, go anywhere in the material world. This is meant to be the mood and mentality of sannyasis, actually. Sannyasi means to become detached and to be completely surrendered, to surrender one's mind and words and actions in the service of the Lord. But sannyasi mentality is not only meant for those who carry a danda or who have sannyasa dress. In the Bhagavad Gita, Krishna speaks about sannyas yoga, isn't it? Means the spirit and mentality of detachment from this material world. Because as long as we remain even slightly attached, then we cannot go back to the spiritual world. That attachment will force us to remain and to be in this material world. Srila Prabhupada, he gave a lot of importance for us and for the movement, the society he has established, to daily remember, isn't it? Every day, at least twice, like in the morning when we offer prayers, we chant in the Shindig prayers, at least twice a day, possibly more. And why did Srila Prabhupada give special attention or importance for all of us to actually remember and take shelter of the Lord? Because Srila Prabhupada understood that this movement he established needs special protection. Why this movement needs special protection? Because actually this movement is meant to challenge everything that is adharmic. And in Kali Yuga, adharma is prevalent. And our business, both individually and as a society, is to reestablish, isn't it? That is one of the important instructions, very basic instruction known by everyone. The Lord descended in the material world, Paritranaya sadhanam vinashaya saduskritam dharma samstapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge, to reestablish the principle of dharma. And one cannot be successful in establishing the principle of dharma without being especially favored and empowered. Kali Kali Dharma Harinama Sankirtan Krishna Shakti Vinanahi Tal Pravartan. Krishna Shakti, the blessings, the energy, the power, the protection of the Lord is especially given to those who take up His mission. The Lord descended in the material world for a specific mission. Anyone, all of us actually, all of us who are connected with the Lord are meant to be connected, are meant to be understanding this primary mission of the Lord, to make our lives successful by taking seriously the practice of bhakti, of devotional service. And therefore, Lord Nrsimhadev is there to protect us according to our full surrender. Prahlad Maharaj was fully surrendered. So when one becomes fully surrendered, Krishna fully reciprocates with his devotees. So Prabhupada was very aware and reminded us again and again how this movement of Krishna consciousness is actually the most important movement on the planet. We need to become convinced of this, and we need to understand why it is the most important movement. And the primary reason, of course, is to re-establish these principles of dharma. But we need to know specifically what that means, to re-establish the principle of dharma. Of course, it begins with all of us knowing about the four pillars of dharma, isn't it? Which are nicely elaborated in the seventh canto. Narada Muni is we have to nicely understand and introduce these teachings from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Srila Prabhupada continues what so many previous acharyas, our line of acharyas, our line of Vaishnava acharyas are especially focused on the Srimad Bhagavatam and the messages of the Srimad Bhagavatam, which is, of course, the essence of which is bhakti, pure devotional service. And we have such wonderful examples as Prahlad Maharaj, who are showing us, due to their deep commitment, their full surrender to the Lord, that the Lord is there to protect them. So Srila Prabhupada, he wanted us, of course, to distribute these books, but he wanted us also to read these books. He wanted us to study these books, and he wanted us to demonstrate practically how to show by example what is actually being instructed in these transcendental traditions. So we have a very big mission to introduce. Ultimately, we have to introduce this lifestyle, Krishna conscious lifestyle, which can be demonstrated or introduced everywhere, but especially needs to be introduced, coming back to what we were speaking about earlier. We need to demonstrate how Krishna lived